My fiancée cheated on me with her boss. So I exposed everything at their company party. What happened next? Well, you'll want to hear this. I never thought I'd be that guy, you know? The one who gets blindsided 2 months before the wedding, the one who walks in on something he can never unsee. But yeah, here we are. And if you're thinking, I should have seen it coming? Trust me, I ask myself that every single day. It started with little things. Like, she started staying late at work more often. Said it was some corporate restructuring mess, upper level stuff. Nothing to worry about. I didn't think much of it at first. I mean, she worked in PR. Things got hectic sometimes, right? But then she started locking her phone. And I'm not talking just Face ID. I mean, full-on password changes, hiding notifications, turning off previews, all of it. That's when my gut started screaming, but I still told myself I was overthinking. I really didn't want to be that insecure boyfriend. The thing that really set me off, though, was a dumb Instagram post. Yeah, she uploaded this boomerang of her clinking glasses at some fancy rooftop bar with the caption, "Closing deals and sipping dreams." And I recognized the dude next to her. Her boss. Carter. Smug guy, mid-40s, always wore these tailored suits and called everyone kid. Something about him always rubbed me wrong. But here's the kicker. That same night, she told me she was stuck late at the office. She even came home in sweats, hair messy, like she'd been working all night. That's when the pit in my stomach went from suspicion to full-on dread. So I did something I never thought I'd do. I snooped. I know, not proud. But I opened her iPad, which was still synced to her phone, and what I saw made my heart drop. There were texts. So many. And they weren't just flirtatious, they were explicit, detailed, emotional. This wasn't just some fling. This was a full-blown affair. And it had been going on for months. I just sat there on the couch, screen glowing in the dark, reading message after message while she slept in our bed. The bed we picked out together. The bed we were supposed to share as husband and wife. I didn't sleep that night. Couldn't. I was cycling between heartbreak, rage, disbelief, and this sickening numbness. The next morning, I didn't say anything. I just acted normal. Made her coffee. Kissed her goodbye. But inside, something had snapped. And I knew I couldn't just let it go. I wasn't gonna be her backup plan, the idiot who smiled through the betrayal. So I came up with a plan. A messy, risky, cathartic plan. Carter's company was hosting this end-of-quarter party. Big deal, open bar, music, all the employees and partners invited. She'd been buzzing about it for weeks, planning what dress to wear, asking me which heels looked better. I said I couldn't come, work conflict. She didn't argue much. Of course not. She probably wanted to go alone. What she didn't know was that I emailed Carter's company from a burner Gmail, pretending to be an event planner who wanted to feature their company in a startup success blog. I asked for the guest list and got it. I got myself added as press. Yeah, it was that easy. I showed up dressed sharp. Calm. No anger on my face, no pain in my eyes. I had a folder in my hand, printed screenshots, photos, timelines. Every lie she ever told me, right there in black and white. I waited till they were both standing near the stage, toasting with champagne, looking like the perfect power couple. And then I walked up, tapped the mic, and yeah, I made a little speech. It started nice. I said I wanted to thank Carter's company for their strong leadership and ethics. And then I dropped the first screenshot onto the screen behind me. People froze, laughed awkwardly, then went dead silent. I kept going. Message after message. I wasn't yelling. I wasn't crying. Just calmly reading what they'd sent each other. All while she turned pale and Carter looked like he wanted to vanish into the floor. Security didn't even stop me. They just let it happen. Because honestly, no one could look away. I ended it with this. I wish you both the best. Really? Because now you don't have to sneak around anymore, right? And then I walked off, dropped the mic, literally, and didn't look back. My phone blew up. She texted, called, begged, said I humiliated her, said I ruined everything. I said, "You did that. I just turned on the lights." Carter tried to spin it, said it was all fake, but his wife? Yeah, she filed for divorce that week. As for me, I went off the grid for a bit, took some time to breathe. And now, I'm just trying to rebuild. I'm not looking for revenge. I'm not bitter. I just know my worth now. And I'll never ignore my gut again. So yeah, that's how I expose my cheating fiancée and her boss in front of their whole company. I don't regret a damn second of it. So yeah, I'm sitting there with this knot in my stomach, right? It's been like a week since I saw them together, and I haven't said a word to either of them. Not to her. Not to him. I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror without feeling like a damn idiot. I mean, my best friend and my fiancé? Come on. That's not just betrayal, that's like getting slapped by life with a brick. And the worst part? I started questioning myself, man. Like, was I blind? Were there signs? Was I too chill about everything? I replayed every hangout, every time we all went out for drinks, every late night convo I had with him where he was like, "You're a lucky guy. She's amazing." That one stings now, thinking about how he said that with a straight face. Anyway, a few days later, guess what? He hits me up like nothing ever happened. Says he wants to grab a drink and talk about the wedding. I swear to God, my hand shook just reading the message. I didn't even answer. Then she calls. I stare at the phone for a solid minute. Like, what do I even say? Hey, congrats on wrecking my trust. I let it ring out. Not ready. But of course, ignoring them didn't make it go away. My mom starts texting me like, "Everything okay? You've been quiet." And my brother's like, "You goes to the group chat, bro. What's going on?" I didn't have the guts to say it yet. Like, how do you explain something like that without sounding like your whole life just exploded? But then the cherry on top. They both show up at my place. Together. Just roll up unannounced like I'm supposed to invite them in and pour coffee. She's crying. He's got that fake concerned face like he's in a damn Hallmark movie. And I just stood there, arms crossed, heart beating out of my chest. She goes, "Please, just let us explain." And I'm like, "Nah, I don't need an explanation for betrayal." He says, "It was a mistake." And I just laugh. Like out loud. That bitter kind of laugh that comes out when you're this close to either crying or punching something. A mistake? Bro, forgetting to pick up milk is a mistake. Sleeping with your best friend's fiancé? That's a decision. I tell them both to leave. Not screaming. Just calm. Dead calm. That scared them more than if I'd yelled. As they walked out, she said, "You're not even gonna try to understand?" And I said, "No, because you didn't." Door slammed. Silence. I sat on the floor for what felt like hours. I think that was the moment I realized I wasn't just hurt. I was free. Free from pretending everything was perfect. Free from carrying the weight of other people's lies. And I started thinking, maybe this is where the real story begins. The part where I stop being the guy who gets walked on. And yeah, I know some people are probably reading this like, just move on. But it's not that simple when your whole future just got nuked. To be honest, I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Just trying to stay upright. Trying to make sense of this mess. But I figured maybe writing this out helps. Maybe someone out there's been through the same thing. Maybe you got advice. Or maybe you just needed to hear that you're not the only one who got betrayed by the people they trusted the most. Because yeah, it sucks. But it's also the start of something else. And I'm not sure what that is yet. But I'm ready to find out. Next few weeks? Blur. I stopped checking my phone, stopped answering texts, even deleted our shared calendar, like I was erasing a timeline that didn't exist anymore. Her mom called twice. I didn't answer. My best man from the wedding tried to get me to hear them out. Like hell I would. What's there to hear, man? And the worst part? Everywhere I went, I saw them. Not physically, but in my head. Coffee shop? That's where she told me she wanted vanilla instead of caramel for the first time, and I laughed because she made it sound like a big deal. Grocery store? That's where I ran into them once and thought, damn, I got the perfect girl and the best friend. Irony's a bitch. But it wasn't all bad. There was this one night, a couple weeks in, where I just sat with myself. No music, no distractions. Just me. And for the first time in years, I wasn't trying to fix anyone else's problems or pretend everything was okay. I just let myself be broken. And that's when something shifted. I started going on long-ass walks. Like we're talking 3-hour midnight strolls just to clear my head. One time I ended up like 5 miles from home with no idea how I even got there. But weirdly, it felt good. Like I was walking away from the version of me that let people walk all over him. I journaled. Something I never did before. Not because I wanted to, but because if I didn't get this crap out of my head, I was gonna explode. Some of those entries read like a drunk raccoon wrote them, but it helped. And slowly, I started remembering who I was before all this. Before the engagement. Before the suits and cake tastings and venue decisions. Before the lies. I picked up my guitar again. The one that collected dust since college. I started going to the gym again, not because of some revenge glow-up crap, but because moving helped me feel like I wasn't stuck anymore. And one day, I ran into an old friend I hadn't seen in years. Her name's Sam. We met in a college poetry class, back when I thought I'd be a writer or something dumb like that. She looked at me and said, "Dude, you look like you just got hit by a truck emotionally." I laughed for the first time in weeks. We got coffee. We talked. Not like flirting or some rom-com setup. Just two people being real. And for the first time, I didn't feel the need to wear some fake smile or act like I was fine. I told her everything. And she just nodded. No advice. No judgment. Just sat there and let me talk. You know how rare that is. To have someone just listen. And that night, I realized something else. They didn't break me. They just showed me what I'd been blind to. I let people into my life without checking if they were even safe to sit at the table. But now I'm checking the damn guest list twice. I'm not saying I'm healed or some crap like that. Some days still hit hard. Some nights I still wake up from dreams where I'm standing at the altar and nobody shows up. But I'm rebuilding, piece by piece. And maybe that's all we can do when life decides to tear everything apart. Anyway, fast forward a few months, and guess what? I get an invite to their wedding. Yeah, her and him. Together. In white and navy blue envelopes with some wax seal like they're royalty or whatever. I stared at that thing for a good minute thinking this had to be a prank. But nope. Real names, real venue, real RSVP link. And you know what made it worse? The handwritten note inside, from her. It said, "Hope enough time has passed that we can be friends again. Would love for you to be there." I swear, I laughed so hard it scared my dog. Friends again? Lady, you nuked our relationship from orbit, and now you want to play brunch buddies? I didn't respond. I didn't need to. Silence says everything. But that envelope? Yeah, I kept it. Not because I'm sentimental, but because every time I look at it, I remember what surviving betrayal feels like. And honestly, it's power now. A week later, Sam and I are at this bar, kind of grungy but with great fries, and she asks me if I'd ever forgive them. And I say, I don't think forgiveness is even the point anymore. It's not about letting them off the hook. It's about me choosing not to carry their trash anymore. Sam just nods and says, "Good, because they don't deserve rent-free space in your head." I raise my glass to that. And somewhere in the middle of all the chaos, life kept moving. Work got busy again. I got promoted, ironically, to a role that had me mentoring new hires. Like suddenly I was the one with life advice? Wild. I started getting my groove back. Not in some flashy way, but just quietly. Like when you wake up and realize you're humming again for no reason. Or you notice sunsets. That kind of thing. But of course, the universe wasn't done with the plot twists. Because a few weeks before their wedding, I get a call. Unknown number. I let it go to voicemail. Later, I play it, and it's her. She's crying. Says she made a mistake. Says everything's been falling apart. That Clayton, yeah, his real name's Clayton, because of course it is, has been cheating on her now. Says she should have listened to me. Says I was the one who actually cared about her. I listened to the whole thing without flinching. And then I delete it. Because I'm not her backup plan. I'm not the shoulder she gets to cry on now that karma showed up. I'm the guy she threw away when it was convenient. And I'm not stepping back into her storm. Sam and I? We're still talking. Still friends. Still real. She keeps me grounded, and I keep her laughing. That's more than enough right now. Sometimes I still think about what I'd say if I ran into them. Maybe something cold. Maybe something smart-ass. But the truth is, I'd probably just nod, walk past, and let silence say it all. Because I survived the worst kind of betrayal and came out standing. They might have taken my plans, my trust, even my peace for a while, but they didn't take me. And I'm not wasting one more second on people who wouldn't even flinch to destroy me. A couple months later, I heard they actually went through with it, the wedding. Mutual friend posted some blurry photos on their story. Her in white, him in some overpriced tux, both looking like they'd rather be anywhere else. There was no sparkle in their eyes, no joy, just two people forcing a smile for the camera, holding hands like strangers. You know what I felt? Nothing. Not anger. Not pity. Just indifference. And that, right there, felt better than any revenge plot I could have cooked up. Because that's what healing really looks like. Not slashing tires or burning bridges, but quietly walking away while the fire dies on its own. I didn't post anything about it. Didn't subtweet. Didn't send anyone a snarky message. I just lived my damn life. Got myself a new apartment, small but mine. Learned how to cook something other than takeout. Started going on morning walks just to hear my own thoughts without all the noise. One day, I even deleted her number without thinking twice. That's how I knew I was free. And now? Now I laugh louder. I sleep better. I don't second-guess every word I say or wonder if someone's hiding something behind their smile. I'm not perfect, not even close, but I'm real. And the people I let into my life now? They're real too. So to anyone out there going through something like this, trust me, it gets better. Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe not even next month. But one day, you'll wake up and realize you're not hurting anymore. You'll realize the betrayal doesn't sting like it used to. And you'll know deep in your bones that they didn't break you. They just freed you. And that's the wildest part. Because sometimes, the best thing someone can do is walk out of your life. You just have to let the door hit them on the way out.